What's up, guys? Welcome back to Mike McCord Fitness. Today we're talking about what it takes to grow your arms. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike McCord, and in the last 5 years, I have managed to put an extra 5 inches of diameter on my arms. So let's get into it. What does it take to grow your arms? First off, if you really want to actually put size on your arms, it's going to take you putting size on your whole body. If you're interested in filling in some blanks on how to do that, check out my Pillars of Mass Gaining playlist. Should help you understand a little bit better how to overall grow some size. But that's not to say that there isn't some very specific things you can do for your arms, because who doesn't love filling out those sleeves? So as far as technique goes, the one point that I want to make is that the stretch is going to create a better contraction. That goes for your triceps and for your biceps. A better stretch is a better contraction. If you want to actually focus on the peak of the bicep or the peak of the tricep and really squeeze, I would suggest coming to the base of the movement, get a real nice stretch, and then focus a few reps on your squeeze, and then come back out to that stretch. Don't just do a full set up here. Always make sure you're getting a nice stretch in that set somewhere and then completing that contraction. Number 3, your triceps, biceps are absolutely key to what the size of the arm looks like. If you think about it, they really are double the size of the bicep. So the more mass you put on back here, the more it's going to kind of push that front of the arm up, and it's going to create a way bigger size overall. I would be doing double the sets on the triceps that you do on your biceps. It's tempting to go into a workout and really focus on the biceps because it's such an obvious muscle. But when you go and hit arms, make sure you're actually hitting a lot more tricep sets than you are biceps. Number 4 is your mind-muscle connection. So this is kind of a hard concept to understand for some people, especially if you're a beginner, but everyone knows how to flex their bicep. It's really common. You could ask your mom and she would know how to flex her bicep. A little bit different than something like your rear delt or your trap or your calf, right? But it's very easy to put your mind into the muscle of the arms. So really use that to your advantage. Make sure that you are putting 100% effort into every single set, squeezing every single set. Rich Piana used to say to make absolutely every single set count.
Even the warm-up sets.
And that kind of brings me into my 5th point. Personally, I find that the very first set out of the gate can be the most destructive for the muscle. So I would 100% agree with Rich when he says to make the warm-up sets count when it comes to something like arms. It's a smaller muscle group, so what you want to do is blast through the workout as quick as you can. Don't take more than 45 minutes if it's just a simple arm day. This way you can get the most possible blood into the arms in the shortest period of time before you hit fatigue. With all of this said, for me, when I was younger, it was more just about getting a really good workout in than any of that necessarily. So here's a couple of my favorite arm workouts. So the tricep rope pushdown. The reason I like this is because there's a couple different variations as far as the tilt of your body goes. A lot of people are going to say you should stay 100% up, or some people are going to say you should get a little more stretch. It's kind of just up to you where you want your torso to be at, but you can get a different flexion on the tricep based on where your torso is. So you can kind of change it throughout the workout. Maybe move in a little closer, work that inner head, come out a little farther, get a little more of a stretch. And I tend to edit this as I'm going, because if I start to reach fatigue in one spot, I'll move it to a different spot. Another cable exercise that I really like a lot for triceps is just the overhead extension. Very similar, but you're getting a way bigger stretch out of this movement. So when you come back here and reload, make sure you're bringing your shoulders back almost behind your neck, and then come back into the motion.
What is going on?
Squeeze, get a nice contraction, and then back, stretch real deep, and out, reload, and squeeze, open up that chest. This is another cable exercise that I really like a lot for the bicep this time. So you put your bench right in front of the cable. Don't be afraid to grab the bench and roll it where you need it. You're gonna put the bench at a slight angle. Put your elbow on the bench. I like to place this other hand on the bench itself and kind of push my chest down. It's really important to open up that chest on this motion. And you'll get a nice contraction on that bicep. Notice that deep stretch. All the way out, all the way down, and then back up. I wanted to throw a couple workouts into this video with just dumbbells in the event that that's all you have access to. I really like the cables, but if that's not an option for you, first is going to be a tricep kickback, okay? Now this is really important that you're doing this correctly. Nice and easy with a handleable weight. You want to squeeze at the top, and again, you're keeping that chest open. Okay, overhead extension. Something to remember with these is that you want to do it a little later in the workout once your elbows are warm, because this can tend to be a little bit tough on the elbows. I like to hold it on my thumbs like this. Don't be gripping it super tightly. Keep your fingers open. It's gonna put a lot more stress into the tricep. Nice and slow on the way down, and then explode out of it. Really nice stretch on that one. Just like those overhead cable extensions. Last but not least is a bicep preacher curl, standing or sitting. Hopefully this helps you out with some ideas for your next arm day. Thank you for coming by and watching the video. Feel free to leave any tips or comments that you might have in the comment section below. I'd love to meet you down there and answer questions you might have. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm so stoked to bring new content to this channel every week. I'll see you next Friday.